Peace, family. So I'm back with another one. Today what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to my chosen ones about they played with the wrong one for the last time. They played with the wrong one for the last time. And y'all already know we are war ready 24/7. You know, they played with the wrong ones for the last time. A lot of us already have experiences of people from our past who did too much manipulation and confusion and created a lot of chaos and was not working as hard as they could possibly work to pull themselves out of a low vibration state, you know, without pulling other beings down with them. And for a lot of us, we got to see from our past experiences how those beings actually played with the wrong ones for the last time. I've had several conversations with just numerous of beings, you know, just on different levels, and one thing is for sure is when you mess with someone who is on their purpose and they doing God's work, it doesn't matter if you see it as God's work or not, you know what I'm saying? If you're not using the right playbook, you will never see it as God's work, you know what I'm saying? Or just for the betterment of humanity, if you don't want to use that lingo, you know what I'm saying? Just for the betterment of humanity. These beings are I want to use different wording because I don't want to keep using the same language when presenting it outwardly. And the first word that came to my mind was just how retarded they are. But really, I'm gonna stick with demonic and just doing shit intentionally. Like, the things that they do and the things that they say, you know, it's always counterintuitive to the bigger purpose. You know what I mean? And it's not like we are like holier without down. We put ourselves in positions where we're always the best and the greatest, but the difference between how we process and how they process is the intentions behind it. You can look at a lot of our fruits from our past and you can see that we were not tearing people down as we were crossing through. You know what I'm saying? That's not what our trail left behind. Our trail left behind a bunch of beings who had tools to do better, and they chose to stay in them spaces. And then you have some beings who chose to use those tools and they started elevating themselves. We don't have a trail of destruction behind us, even though we have a trail of obstacles. We do not have a trail of destruction. We have a trail of obstacles. Obstacles, you know. For us, we are more so of, we're gonna harm ourselves spiritually or physically, not like cutting or anything, but just harming ourselves, like overeating or over drinking, over smoking. You know, we're gonna do things to harm ourselves before we intentionally go out and start harming other people. That's why we don't have a bunch of carnage behind us. Yes, most of us got a bunch of weird witchy ass situations behind us. That's because there's a lot of witchy motherfuckers out here who wasn't taught and they're not trying to learn. So that's what we also have to remember and comprehend, that just because you have a lot of chaos and you are the common denominator doesn't mean that you are the sole problem. We all have to take a percentage, so I'm not saying just remove yourself from all percentages. Everything is on percentage scale. But what I mean by that statement is, you are the 10%, these motherfuckers are the 90% in those kind of situations. You know what I mean? So that's just how it works. And time and time again, it shows every time a being come along our path with ill intentions, they usually can get away with it the first time. And I say they usually get away with it the first time is because we are open arms with a big heart. So when we are engaging in these kind of spaces, we're actually giving you the opportunity to stab us. And we are hoping that you will not. stab us. You know what I'm saying? So, but what happens is they always show us that they're going to stab us, and we get to that space. It's like, all right, well, I put it down there. I had to see if I could trust them or not. Boom, I know I cannot. Boom, you already know what playbook they're using. You already know what is going to come next behind it. You know what I mean? And a lot of these beings, like, just from the past alone, like, you can look back at a lot of beings you dealt with and you can see where they are at right now. You know, some of them are not even here. They got exited up out of here right away. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of them are null void. You know what I mean? But then you have a lot who are still here suffering. See, most of them don't get that easy escape of just getting out of here right away. It's kind of like the movies. They want to torture. They like the suffering. So a lot of them are going through a lot more torture, a lot more suffering. You can attack somebody and feel as though you put them in the most detrimental space because maybe they got a broken arm or a broken leg or they're in the hospital. But most of them beings that you try to intentionally or you are intentionally harming, they have a bigger spirit than you. So even with them being in those spaces, they spirit and their energy is still bigger than that evil intentional shit that happened to them. Not saying that they don't want no get back. I'm just saying that their energy and their light, it beams harder and brighter, so they aren't in a suffering space. We usually take these as attacks. Okay, boom, hit, that's what it is. Recovery mode. I'm gonna push forward, but if that thing crosses this path again, it will get dealt with. You know what I mean? And a lot of these beings that's in our past, you know, the way the Western world is set up, they look like they're doing okay because all you need is finances. You know, you can be handicapped, you could be retarded, you can do anything to make a couple dollars. So to say and to see somebody with a couple dollars do not justify or qualify them for some certain level of intelligence. If anything, having a job makes you less intelligent, because we know you're supposed to be building your own shit if you're a man, and if you're a woman, you're supposed to be joining the tribe if you're not creating your own to join with another man on his tribe. You know what I'm saying? So either way, at the end of the day, it's like you have to get past them looking like they got a couple more dollars or a nicer car or a nicer house. You know what I'm saying? My bro had a Benz, I had a Honda, right? When we had got our recently cars like a couple years ago or whatever. You know, it's just that's what I chose to get. That's what he chose to get. I traveled that whole year up and down from Virginia to Florida. He been traveling from New York through Virginia to Florida. You know, I never experienced a flat tire once. You know, he had at least 2 flat tires throughout that year while he was driving. You know what I mean? Like, our experiences and the way we looked after and protected is completely different than them. So what they see as suffering sometimes to us be just a little pain. You know, it be slight painful, but their suffering is way worse. Because what happens is when they in our space, we're kind of protecting them a little bit so they're not getting what the fuck they supposed to get. So then they're just keep juicing up off us and feeling like they're full of life and they're these good people. Most evil people are going to tell you, hey, I'm a good person. Every demonic witch that I dealt with always tried to emphasize they're a good being. I never once said I was a good being. I don't give a fuck about being a good being. I want to be an honest being. That's what I'd rather be. I don't give a fuck about being no good being. I would much rather be concerned with being honest than convincing somebody that I'm good. That's up to you. If you feel that I'm good, then cool. But I cannot force you to. But what I can do is pay attention to the signs and symptoms of what's happening and what's going on out here. You know what I mean? Because we are prolonging and allowing them to juice up and live a little bit longer when we're in their spaces. You know what I mean? So they are able to kind of feel like they're being more fruitful. They're kind of feeling like they have more life in them. And then you still have to deal with that entitlement that they carry. You know, the entitlement that they carry is always to the roof and beyond. You know what I mean? So when you dealing with these beings and having these kind of engagements, you just got to understand that they are going to eat the dirt once you are out the way. Once you remove yourself from the picture, their juices always run out. And then scrounging around from other demon to demon to demon to finding maybe a complacent sheep here who has a little bit more energy than one of these other demons, then that's still not gonna last long. You know, they don't come across. I was telling my nephew just recently, we got a big family, you know. On my mom's side, and I got a big family on my dad's side. None of them are pushing or trying to do this work for the universe. None of them. And it's not like they don't even know what I'm doing, because I got uncles and aunts that could have been in this space before me. I got cousins and siblings that could have been building with me or in this space before me or after me. You know what I mean? So just let alone if you think about the work that you do and how you're doing it. And like if I look at my family and I say like it's 100, 200 people, let's just say 100, 150 people in my family, including both sides. You know what I'm saying? I am one being, the only one that's doing this. Why would I expect it to be easy? Why would any of us expect it to be easy? You know what I'm saying? One thing we can expect though is for these ops to get what they paid for. You know, you don't just get to come along and do ill-intentional things to, you know, good intentional beings for your own personal shits and giggles, you know what I mean? For your own personal means of control, you know, for your own means of juicing up your Tesla, you know what I mean? Like, they all have to pay for it. They all have to pay for it. And what's crazy is it's like we are some of them beings that we don't make blind threats. We tell you what the fuck it is. And then some of us, we are gifted with enough foresight. Some others may use the Holy Ghost and all these other things, you know. We are gifted to be able to see within your future. We are able to see within your intentions. Not saying we not humans and we not experiencing here and we're not working and growing on ourselves as well too. But that's the difference. We are aware and we are trying to heal ourselves and help heal others around us, whether it's through some kind of creative art form or whether it's through speaking like this or whether it's through taking on personal people engagements in real lifetime and then giving them that time and energy. You know, you take that a little bit of abuse so they can kind of build themselves up out of that space. It's kind of like when you get in a boxing ring and you trying to teach somebody how to box. You have to get in the ring, you have to put the gloves on, they have to put the gloves on. Y'all actually have to throw punches. You know what I mean? It's the way you train. It's how you train. They play with the wrong ones, and a lot of them is gonna have to reap, and a handful of them are not even allowed to reproduce, and they still out here being disgusting. Like, you're not even allowed. The universe said, you know what, you are so delusional and demented and evil that I don't even want you reforming another one out here. You know what I mean? And to them, it's like I done ran across several of them that said, oh, I wanted to have a baby, blah, 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 blah. You can want it. Shit, you know how many people want $1 million? Like, to be in a better position? Like, that don't mean that's what you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to be deserving of what we get. And we have to also learn how to appreciate what we got, or you won't get more. You don't even appreciate the light beings that's around you. Why the fuck would you get better in your life? Why would the universe send you better? Who the fuck are you to get better? The universe wouldn't do that. That's why you see them all crashing out after they get away from us. Even if we have our own weird situations with other beings, it's not us crashing out. It's other beings attacking us and trying to pull us down, and we're trying to fight to keep our shit together. That is completely different. You gotta know the difference. You gotta know the difference, because a lot of these manipulators have you think you self-sabotaging when they attacking you. No. You know what a self-sabotage is when you got queen size bags of chips and you just sit down eating all of them. Like, you know what you are doing. You know you are self-sabotaging. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody knock you upside your head and then start blaming you because you was standing in the wrong spot when they decided to swing and knock you in the head, like, That's not you self-sabotaging yourself. That's an attack. And that's why they all have to pay afterwards. Like, we got to reap what we sow too. I am not saying like we do not reap what we sow. The difference is what I realize in my life and in their lives from my 37 years of experiences. I reap my shit right away. Say I want to do something witchy and just be like, you know what? I'm about to go urinate in the lake. Knowing me, because I'm not supposed to and I could do that anywhere, I would walk away from the lake and then get out of here, and then maybe my car stops running. They'd be like, you shouldn't have urinated in the lake. Like, our consequences are usually immediately, right after. It's not no prolonged process or we got to go through this suffering, pain, and no. Only time it's suffering, and usually we manage that well too, is when it's dealing with the courts, and the courts is set up that way, you know. So outside of that, no, we get our shits immediately. We bounce back and forth through our pains, but we do not sit in the suffering space. They are all gonna have to pay, and they are not going to the greatest space. Some are gonna come back as Western lobsters. They know they get burned alive. You know, some may come back as some maggots. You know, it's lots of different. Hey, you might have thought you was coming back as a lion, but now you a lion that's in the zoo. You basically in prison your entire life. They don't release you to the wild. They send you on your next journey. So it's like we got to start being appreciative of what we have, which we are. They don't comprehend any of this, and that's on the light end. This is what the fuck they do, and it is tensional. That's my perspective. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't want to run up too long. Tap in everything down below. That is the description. The description. Tap in everything in the description. You know what I'm saying? Peace and love to the kings and queens.